In order to be considerate of the children, and with Flender in a great mood after making a hefty profit, the pace of their journey in the following days was kept at a normal speed. Gradually, the Shrek 7 devils also began to free themselves from the fear of killing. After all, being able to join Shrek Academy made them monsters. Once they figured it out, they didn't feel so bad. Master, according to the map, we're about to reach Heaven Do City. Where is the Heaven Do Imperial Academy, located within the city? Flender asked the master while looking at the map. The map didn't have the Heaven Do Imperial Academy marked on it. The master glanced at Flender. You don't know, how would I know? And you call yourself an academy dean? Flender retorted irritably. What's that supposed to mean? Of course, I am a dean. So, you don't know either. Zhao Wuji, Xiao Xian, do you know? Zhao Wuji smiled wryly. You know, we are not spirit masters from formal academies, let alone from a noble place like an imperial academy. How would we know? I've only been to Heaven Do City once or twice and don't remember seeing the Heaven Do Imperial Academy. They must all be similar. The other three teachers nodded in agreement, indicating their helplessness. Dean Flender, I know where the Heaven Do Imperial Academy is. At this moment, Ning Rongrong resolved Flender's pressing dilemma. My family's castle isn't far from Heaven Do City. I used to go to Heaven Do City to play with my clan members and have been to Heaven Do Imperial Academy. Although direct descendants study and train within the clan, some collateral relatives are in the Imperial Academy. Actually, the Heaven Do Imperial Academy isn't in the city, but outside it, just like our Shrek Academy is outside Soto City. Flender grinned. He looks like the first dean of Heaven Do Imperial Academy had the same idea as me. This proves I have good judgment. The master poured cold water on his pride. I don't think so. You placed the academy outside the city because you were short on funds. The Heaven Do Imperial Academy is outside the capital to avoid the city's luxury influencing the students' training, and more importantly, there's not enough space in Heaven Do City to build such a large academy. As far as I know, the Heaven Do Imperial Academy, although not having many students, requires a large area for its complete facilities. Zhao Wuji laughed. Master, why do you always speak the truth? Let Flender have his moment of pride. What's with you, Zhao Wuji? You're getting too cocky lately. Come, let's have a spar, let the kids see what a fight between soul emperors looks like. Flender gestured as if he was about to attack. Zhao Wuji, without even looking at him, stretched his arms around Lu Jibin and Li Yusong. Flender, you want to beat me? Dream on. I'm not fighting you. If you want to take revenge, go ahead. I won't fight back. Let the kids see how you bully the weak and set an example as a teacher. You. Flender glared at Zhao Wuji. I noticed that ever since the master came, you've become much sneakier. Stop dragging me into your issues. What does this have to do with me? The master stretched his body. Enough talking, let's move. Since Rongrong knows the place, we should reach the Imperial Academy today. Settling down will allow the kids to start training earlier. Flender sighed. You're a training fanatic. With you around, I seem gentle in comparison. After a quick meal, they set off again. By nightfall, led by Ning Rongrong, they finally reached their destination, the Heaven Do Imperial Academy. Rongrong, are you sure this is the place? Flender asked in a strange tone. Ning Rongrong nodded. Yes, it's definitely here. The Heaven Do Imperial Academy wouldn't change its location. I'm sure of it. But this is a mountain. The whole mountain belongs to the Heaven Do Imperial Academy. The forest behind it and the lake at the mountain's foot on the left are also part of the Academy's grounds. We're just entering the Academy's area. Looking at the stunned Flender, the master said leisurely, surrounded by mountains and water, it is indeed a good place. The other teachers nodded in admiration. The scenery here was beautiful, especially at sunset with the red clouds in the west. Whether it was the lake at the mountain's foot or the 1,000-meter-high mountain covered in various plants, it all gave a sense of a hidden paradise. Only about 20 kilometers from the capital of the Heaven-Do Empire, the environment here was so beautiful that even the teachers, including Zhao Wuji, were very satisfied, knowing this would be their future home. Only Flender, feeling indignant, muttered, What's so great about having a good environment and a large place? Have they trained any strong people? They can't compare to our Shrek Academy. Our place may be small, but we have many monsters. The master nodded in agreement. Flender, to be honest, I still don't understand why so many talented children fall for your Shrek Academy. What trick did you use to lure them in? I used fart. What do you mean by trick? It's called charisma. Flender quickly corrected himself, glaring at the master. Let's go up the mountain, just in time for dinner. Let's see how the food is here. If it's not good, I won't stay. At this moment, Flender looked like a sulking child, even making the Shrek 7 devils secretly laugh. They understood Flender's feelings, though. After all, his heart and soul, Shrek Academy, had ended, and to him, the Heaven-Do Imperial Academy seemed more like a competitor. They hadn't gone far when trouble arrived. Stop, who are you? A group of 10 soul masters, around 18 or 19 years old, blocked their path. Although they hadn't summoned their martial souls, their yellow school uniforms indicated they were students of the Heaven-Do Imperial Academy. Flender replied boldly, We are from Shrek Academy, here by the invitation of your Heaven-Do Imperial Academy for an exchange. Lead the way. The leading youth looked Flender up and down, then glanced at the others, showing a trace of disdain. You country bumpkins come to our academy for an exchange? You look like beggars from somewhere. Get lost, or we'll use force. After nearly 10 days of travel, the Shrek Academy group was indeed a bit travel-worn, but not as bad as he said. The leading student of the Heaven-Do Imperial Academy clearly judged them by their appearance, irritated by Flender's arrogant tone. Most students in the Heaven-Do Imperial Academy were there because of their connections and noble titles, not because of true ability. This was always the biggest problem of the academy, which had the reputation of being the Empire's top academy without the matching strength. Naturally, the Shrek Academy teachers were proud individuals. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given up opportunities to join Spirit Master families or various forces to establish Shrek Academy. Now, even the Shrek 7 devils were furious at the other party's rude words. Dai Mubai instantly stepped in front of Flender, exuding a cold aura. No one had ever insulted him this way, especially in such a contemptuous tone. He wasn't known for having a good temper, and being insulted was even worse when it was directed at his teacher. The evil-eyed white tiger would not tolerate this. With a single kick, Dai Mubai sent the youth flying and immediately activated his martial soul. The sudden change startled the noble students of the Heaven-Do Imperial Academy. They never expected the other party to dare to attack at their academy's entrance. Except for a few who activated their martial souls, most quickly retreated, afraid of being involved. Even those who did activate their martial souls retreated upon seeing Dai Mubai's 3 glowing soul rings. They had no concept of defeating stronger opponents. Soul rings represented absolute difference, and none of them had even reached the 30th level. Dai Mubai, experienced in combat, followed the principle of striking first and talking later, not even giving the other Shrek 7 devils a chance to act. With swift movements, he knocked down those who retreated too slowly. Seeing Dai Mubai in action, Flender and the others frowned. They weren't upset with Dai Mubai's actions, but rather disappointed by the poor quality of the Heaven-Do Imperial Academy's students. Flender had said before, it's okay to be arrogant, but you have to have the capital to back it up, otherwise, you're just an idiot. And these seemingly proper young people in front of him were completely unable to withstand a single blow. Even though their spirit power was far below that of Dai Mubai, they had the advantage of numbers. If they had united to attack Dai Mubai, they should at least have been able to hold him off. Yet they were completely routed. Hardly anyone could even get a hand in. Their disarray was like fleeing soldiers on a battlefield. Some were even crying out for their parents, showing no semblance of spirit masters. Flender turned to Zhao Wuji beside him and said, These are the students of Heaven Do Imperial Academy? They're just trash. I'm starting to think coming here was a mistake. Zhao Wuji smiled wryly and replied, Don't ask me, how would I know? The Emperor team that fought our little monsters to a standstill last time wasn't like this. I guess there's always dregs everywhere. Even the Grandmaster, who had strongly advocated coming here, was speechless at this moment. That's enough, Mubai, Flender called out to Dai Mubai, stopping the fight before it escalated to severe injuries. Dai Mubai finally stopped, his evil eyes flashing with a malevolent light. Let's see who's the one rolling away. You, how dare you cause trouble at our Heaven Do Imperial Academy? This is a provocation against the Empire. Just wait, just wait. Flender snorted coldly. A nice hat you've put on us, but unfortunately, you're just trash. Call out your academy's teachers. At this moment, a powerful voice suddenly rang out. What's going on? Why all the noise? A figure swiftly approached from the shaded path on the hillside, clad in silver combat attire, appearing to be around Flender's age. His face was round, with thick eyebrows and large eyes, hands clasped behind his back, exuding an air of expertise. A great teacher's son is here. The lead young man, seeing a lifeline, almost crawled towards him. Teacher's son, they dared to cause trouble here and even hit us. You must stand up for us. Teacher's son frowned at the sight of his students, looking like defeated dogs. Shuebeng, what kind of behavior is this? Not wanting to reprimand his students too harshly in front of outsiders, he turned his gaze towards the Shrek Academy group. The demeanor between teachers and students is different. When Teacher Sun's gaze met Flender's, he was moved and quickly stepped forward, slightly bowing. Greetings, I am Sun Buyu. May I ask what brings you to Heaven Do Academy? He did not mention his students being beaten, standing with a composed air. Since the other party was polite, Flender naturally did not dwell on the previous matter. We are here to see Qin Ming. Just now, your students called us beggars and told us to get lost, which led to this conflict. You are here to see Teacher Qin? Sun Buyu's heart skipped a beat. May I ask if you are from Shrek Academy in Bala Kingdom? Flender nodded. Exactly. Sun Buyu's expression immediately turned respectful. To produce a genius like Teacher Qin, I am deeply impressed. I apologize on behalf of Heaven Do Imperial Academy for the previous incident. Please, come in. He gestured invitingly, casting a stern glance at the academy's students, as if to say, I'll deal with you later. Under Sun Buyu's lead, the Shrek Academy group finally began their ascent to the academy nestled in the mountains. Watching them leave, Shuebeng, who had been kicked by Dai Mubai, showed a venomous look in his eyes. Shrek Academy? Such a Shrek Academy, still here to beg for a living at our academy. Humph, just wait. As long as I'm here, you won't stay here. Your Highness, isn't this a bit much? One of the students hesitantly said. What's wrong with it? The entire empire belongs to my family. Let's go, we're skipping this class. I'll find someone to get justice, I won't let this slide. I can't swallow this anger unless they're kicked out. As they entered the mountain, the grandeur of Heaven Do Imperial Academy became apparent. The stone steps were carved from white marble, each step adorned with different spirit beast engravings, exhibiting exquisite craftsmanship. The setting sun cast mottled shadows of the trees on the steps, adding a serene and unique charm. Breathing in the fresh air, the group felt as though they had entered a world of plants. Tang San, in particular, was deeply affected. His mysterious heaven skill's internal energy contained the aura of the blue silvergrass, making it highly active in this plant-filled mountain. This feeling, though present when they entered the Stardow forest, was much more pronounced now. Tang San knew this was because he had reached level 30 in spirit power. After reaching level 30, a spirit master becomes more sensitive to energies similar to their attributes. Tang San's blue silvergrass was a plant-type spirit. Thus, surrounded by plants, his spirit naturally became more sensitive. One major reason the Grandmaster decided to bring the Shrek 7 Devils to Heavendoe Imperial Academy was that, as a high-level Spirit Master Academy, founded by the Heavendoe Empire's royal family, it boasted the best facilities. Although external facilities are not decisive for a Spirit Master's cultivation, they do provide significant support. The most crucial among these facilities is the mimicry cultivation environment. A mimicry cultivation environment is one that best suits the cultivation of a Spirit Master's spirit, offering significant auxiliary benefits. For instance, a plant-type Spirit Master like Tang San would benefit greatly from cultivating in a forest or plant-rich area, while a food-type Spirit Master like Oscar would thrive in a kitchen atmosphere. Beast Spirit Masters, depending on their spirit, would benefit from being with similar animals. The auxiliary effects vary with the Spirit Master's spirit itself. The stronger the spirit, the greater the potential benefits in a mimicry environment. Shrek Academy couldn't provide full-scale mimicry cultivation environments, but Heavendoe Imperial Academy was different. This vast academy, built outside of Heavendoe City, featured numerous mimicry cultivation areas. As a comprehensive advanced Spirit Master Academy, it required a variety of mimicry environments. While it was easier for plant and food-type Spirit Masters, constructing environments for the numerous beast-type Spirit Masters was far more challenging. Nevertheless, after classification and division, the Academy still boasted nearly 100 different mimicry cultivation areas, ensuring there was one suitable for everyone. The air in the mountains was not only fresh but also very humid, quickly making the Shrek Academy group forget their earlier displeasure. Sun Buyu, evidently unwilling to discuss the students, introduced the scenery along the way. The main campus is halfway up the mountain, with mimicry areas distributed throughout the mountain, some by the lake as well. The Grandmaster inquired, Teacher Sun, how many students are currently at Heavendoe Imperial Academy? Sun Buyu replied, about 500 students, mostly noble children from the Empire and its affiliated kingdoms. There are over 50 teachers. In terms of faculty, we are well staffed, but he trailed off, shaking his head helplessly. The group understood and did not press further. As Spirit Masters, the mountainous path was no issue, and they soon arrived at the main campus. The main campus of Heavendoe Imperial Academy consisted of single-story buildings resembling a fortress, surrounded by a 5-meter-high bright yellow wall, covered with glazed tiles at the top, shining brightly in the sunset. Seeing the architecture, Tang San felt a pang in his heart, the layout reminiscent of his former Tang sect. The memories made him momentarily lost in thought. By now, dusk had fallen, and the academy was beginning to light up. Inside the academy, they saw few students, as most were in the mimicry areas. Sun Buyu led the group to a reception room, asking them to wait while he went to find Qin Ming. What do you think of this place? Flender asked the other teachers. Sausage Spirit Master Xiao Xian smiled. It's very nice, even better than I imagined. I really like the air here. Zhao Wuji said, the Grandmaster's suggestion was indeed good. Although the students are a bit trashy, this place is a great spot to retire, close to Heavendoe City, very convenient. Flender chuckled. Looks like we might actually end up retiring here. After a while, accompanied by a series of hurried footsteps, Qin Ming walked in briskly from outside, his face beaming with joy. Dean Flender, you finally arrived. I've been eagerly waiting for you, he said, quickly stepping forward to greet Flender and the other teachers from Shrek Academy. Flender helped him up and smiled, and no need for so many formalities. Speaking of which, we'll be relying on you from now on. Have you arranged everything here? Qin Ming nodded quickly. Don't worry, Dean. I've arranged everything. I've informed the higher-ups at Heavendoe Academy, and they're very welcoming of all the teachers joining. Although they were skeptical about the strength of our juniors, the members of the Emperor team have confirmed their capabilities. Everything is set. For now, everyone has traveled a long way, so please rest today. I've arranged accommodation for you, and tomorrow, I'll take you to meet the Academy's top officials to finalize everything. Flender was very pleased with Qin Ming's arrangements. Qin Ming promptly led them to a courtyard on the west side of the main campus of Heaven Do Royal Academy. The place was clean and tidy, with individual rooms for everyone and a large shared lounge. All the living essentials were brand new, and the conditions far surpassed those of Shrek Academy. Not only were the teachers satisfied, but the Shrek 7 Devils were also pleasantly surprised, secretly admiring Qin Ming's organizational skills. Everything was perfectly arranged. After settling in, everyone gathered in the lounge. Qin Ming sat next to Flender and earnestly asked, I hope the teachers and juniors are satisfied? After finalizing the details with the Academy, I chose this place because it's the most suitable. You can see the mountain scenery and the lake from here. There's also a direct path leading to the foot of the mountain, making it convenient to go to Heaven Do City. Zhao Wuji laughed. Qin Ming, you've done an excellent job. Qin Ming responded, it's my duty. It's getting late. Initially, I wanted to treat you all to a meal in Heaven Do City, but since it's late, let's have a simple meal at the Academy. Tomorrow, after everything is settled, the Academy will likely host a banquet for you. Flender said, Qin Ming, you know we don't care much for formalities. You don't have to go to such trouble. Qin Ming looked at Flender with deep emotion in his eyes. Dean Flender, without you and the other teachers, I wouldn't be where I am today. Now that I have the chance to repay you, how could I not give my all? The dinner turned out to be much more lavish than expected. Despite the short notice, Qin Ming had prepared the best dishes he could. The meal lasted until the stars were high in the sky. The people from Shrek Academy, having traveled for many days, were tired and went to their rooms to rest. The next morning, as soon as Tang San finished practicing his purple demon eyes, Qin Ming arrived, bringing a hot breakfast prepared by the Academy's chef. Xiao San, you're up early? Qin Ming greeted Tang San, who had just jumped down from the roof, with a smile. Tang San laughed, Senior, you're early too. Qin Ming patted Tang San on the shoulder and said, among the Shrek 7 Devils, you've left the deepest impression on me. I can't imagine how you've cultivated such skills at such a young age. You're much better than I was back then. Embarrassed by the compliment, Tang San replied, You're flattering me, Senior. Qin Ming seriously said, I'm speaking from the heart. I've been at Heaven Do Royal Academy for several years and have seen many talented students like Yu Tianheng and Dugu Yen, but they lack something you have. It's not just your mutated blue silvergrass martial spirit that impresses me, but your calm mind. During your fight with the Emperor team, they didn't lose to your strength, but to your wisdom and ability to control the battle. Given time, you will undoubtedly become a top control-type spirit master. After a pause, Qin Ming's eyes shone brightly. A control-type spirit master who can bring out the full potential of their comrades is already excellent. But one who can control the battlefield and win against stronger opponents has the potential to be the best. You're a disciple of the Grandmaster, whose teachings far surpass mine. What I can offer you is confidence. No matter the situation, always face your enemies with the belief that you will win, and you'll be able to maximize your abilities. Saying this, Qin Ming patted Tang San on the shoulder again. Junior, keep it up. Honestly, I'm eager to see how far you can go by the time you're 30. I believe you'll surpass me. As the Shrek Academy members got up one after another and gathered for breakfast, Qin Ming briefly introduced the structure of Heaven Do Royal Academy. The Academy students are divided into 3 levels. Those newly admitted and below level 25 are called Tianwei level. Those between level 25 and 30 are Tianji level. Students above level 30 enter the highest level, Tiando level. The 7 members of the Emperor team are all elite Tiando level students, while those encountered at the foot of the mountain the previous day were Tianwei level students. The teachers are also ranked similarly, but with higher requirements. To become a teacher at Heaven Do Royal Academy, one must have at least level 40 spirit power, which is the entry requirement for most advanced spirit academies. Teachers with spirit power between level 40 and 50 are Tianwei level teachers. Those between level 50 and 60 are Tianjia level, and above level 60 are Tianda level. The teacher they met yesterday, Sun Buyu, is a level 53 Tianjia level teacher, while Qin Ming has recently become a Tianda level teacher. Because Heaven Do Royal Academy is under the jurisdiction of the Heaven Do Empire's royal family, the titular head of the academy is the current emperor of Heaven Do. Therefore, the academy does not have a dean. Instead, it is governed by a committee of the 3 most senior and powerful Tianda level teachers. These are the high-level officials Qin Ming referred to. The academy's affairs are managed by the committee, with important decisions requiring the approval of the royal family. The Heaven Do Empire highly values the academy. Although the emperor is too busy to manage it directly, a high-ranking royal family member is usually appointed to oversee the academy's affairs. Important decisions also need to be reported to the royal family. Currently, the academy's committee consists of 3 elder teachers, all above level 80, making them very powerful spirit masters. The academy boasts 8 Tianda level teachers, a rarity in the entire Heaven Do Empire. After hearing Qin Ming's explanation, Flender laughed. So, we can also become Tianda level teachers? Qin Ming smiled. Of course. Tianda level teachers hold a high status in the academy and mainly guide Tianda level students. These students make up only 1/10 of the total, so the teaching workload is light, but the benefits are substantial. Besides free accommodation and amenities, Tianda level teachers receive an additional monthly stipend of 3,000 gold spirit coins. There are also other potential income opportunities. 3,000? That's generous. As a former dean, Flender was very interested in this income but had been too shy to ask. Hearing the amount, he was greatly satisfied, and his smile widened, making him even more pleased with Heaven Do Royal Academy. Qin Ming, lead the way. Let's meet the 3 committee elders. Yes, sir. The committee of Heaven Do Royal Academy is located in the center of the main campus, in the largest building there. Although it's a single-story building, its highest point is 10 meters tall, somewhat resembling the Spirit Hall. New to the place, the people from Shrek Academy, whether teachers or the 7 devils, followed Qin Ming to the committee. Despite the excellent conditions, this was not Shrek Academy, their home, so they naturally couldn't feel as comfortable as before. Although Flender kept smiling, he felt a bit melancholic. No matter how good Heaven Do Royal Academy was, it wasn't like home. However, Flender's mood improved significantly when they reached the committee's entrance, where 3 elderly men were already waiting. The 3 elders stood simply but exuded a special aura, making them seem like the core of the entire academy. Even with warm smiles, they couldn't hide their powerful presence. The elders wore black robes embroidered with golden patterns, garments not exclusive to them, but reserved for spirit masters above level 80, granted by the Spirit Hall as a mark of their status. This custom-made attire was second only to the red robes of Title Dolua.